Today on X-Play.
Vocally, no.
Disappearances. Jurisprudence.
Objection!
And murder.
Will you pardon us?
Try to find Paula.
That was terrible.
It's game time.
Prepare to be reviewed.
Adam Sessler. Morgan Webb.
Prepare to be reviewed.
Prepare to be reviewed. This is X-Play.
Hello and welcome to X-Play. We're what cable gives you in exchange for $70 a month.
We never said we were the best show in the world. Just give us a little credit. Credit for trying to love you the only way we know how.
With video game reviews.
Today we review Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney 2, which takes the hard-boiled crime drama of film noir and gives it a pointy-haired anime spin. And we review American Idol, based on the popular reality series Top Chef. And later in the show, we preview Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter 2, which promises dynamic weather conditions, just like America's Gulf Coast.
But we begin in the world of classic semi-trashy literature, mystery novels to be specific. The mystery novels of Agatha Christie to be more specific. And you know, if they turned an Agatha Christie novel into a game, we've got a point-and-click adventure in store. Here's our review of Murder on the Orient Express. Back in the day, point-and-click adventure games were a lot of fun. King's Quest, Monkey Island, Myst. Most people look back at them fondly, right? Well, here's a game that'll remind you why they suck.
Please, do not be stopping us.
Agatha Christie, Murder on the Orient Express is a PC adventure that may single-handedly put the makers of Ambien out of business.
These prints don't match.
The hero of the novel was legendary detective Hercule Poirot. But here's the thing. You don't really play as the beady-eyed Belgian himself. You'll actually be controlling Antoinette Marceau, an employee of the train company who helps him on his case. Yeah, she, wasn't in the book. Boy, talk about wish fulfillment. Getting to play as an elderly Jessica Tandy lookalike? Where do we sign up?
Oh my, I am looking quite haggard.
Whee! As you'd expect, 90% of your time is spent gathering clues by clicking on everything in sight.
I can't see anything of interest.
And chatting with the suspects.
In business, speed is often more important than comfort.
Virtually everyone is looking for help with something.
Her Excellency has lost her parasol.
Okay, number one, that's a vampire. Number two, can't you people do anything for yourselves?
If you could help us look for it.
Fine, I will find your goddamn parasol. This actually provides a good example of why point-and-click games make no sense. The solution is to wander around until you find some grain. You take the grain and you feed it to a nearby goat, who, as luck would have it, is obscuring your view of a parasol.
Dankeschön, Fräulein.
When you aren't engaging in nonsensical item trades, you're solving ridiculous mini-puzzles, like...
This is frustrating. I'd better start from the beginning.
No thanks. Despite the predictability, this is a solid point-and-clicker, if you're into that kind of thing. The characters look decent, and the overall ambiance perfectly captures the novel. And, as you'd expect, the plot is solid. But the problem is that Murder on the Orient Express is more of an interactive novel than a true video game. It's honestly one of the dullest things we've ever reviewed, and we've played every tycoon game that's ever come out. If this is any indication, the following is the most exciting cutscene in the entire game. Sorry, I dozed off there. At least in other adventure games, there's some sense of discovery. Here, you're rehashing a well-worn plot that's 7 decades old.
Such a cramped kitchen. I can't imagine how Klaus puts up with it.
Hey, I'm standing right here. I can hear you.
Do not disturb me! Someone has stolen my Black Forest cake batter!
As if to tease us, publishers included a paperback copy of the original novel along with the game. We recommend you just read the book.
I wouldn't be surprised if this case is never solved.
At this rate, it never will be. Agatha Christie, Murder on the Orient Express gets a 3 out of 5.
Nothing to see. I see nothing remarkable. I can't see anything of interest.
There was another PC game based on the Orient Express that came out back in 1997.
It was called The Last Express. and attempted to simulate real-time play with an adventure plot set on the last Orient Express to run before the outbreak of World War I.
The game had a score by the guy who composed music for Stigmata and Ronin, and an Art Nouveau animation style that helped make it one of the biggest financial failures in the history of PC games.
So that's the lesson we have for you. When you try to make smart games with classic European style, you're probably going to end up bankrupt.
That's why, if you're going to develop a smart game, it should also be stupid and slightly goofy. Like Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All.
Lawyers, the unscrupulous, unsavory, untrustworthy underbelly of society. Everybody hates lawyers, until you need one. I speak from experience. I don't want to talk about my situation, but let's just say Robert Blake doesn't act alone. Which leads us to the video game world's greatest defender of justice and DS owners' rights everywhere. This is Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, and he wants justice for all. Which is a good thing considering it's the name of this sequel. There's no filibustering here, it's a fairly simple point-and-click game with reading. Lots and lots and lots of reading. Now, unlike our current president, you shouldn't be afraid of reading. Reading can be fun. Just sit back, relax, and let the words take you to another place. Literacy. The game is pretty much the same as the last time. You sniff out clues and read intently along with a wordy, humorous script that could give a pre-Jersey girl Kevin Smith a run for his money. And when you hear something that sounds suspicious or conflicting testimony, there's only one word to use. Objection! Objection. Objection! I just said that. Objection! Shut up. Hold what? Objection! I hate you. Objection! Yet, I love this game. Phoenix isn't your run-of-the-mill Robert Shapiro. He's got that sixth sense, an intuition that can tell if an interviewee is naughty or nice. He's just that good. Take that! And he knows it, arrogant D-bag. But all is not well in Phoenix's life. He suffers memory loss and sees visions of his old friend / booty call Maya everywhere. I'm sure neither is alcohol-related. But is Maya a vision or reality? Oh, Phoenix, you think you're such a big-shot barrister, don't you? With all your tricks and mind games and ghostly Patricia Arquette-esque visions, you think you can solve anything. Well, who shot Tupac? Bring the shooter to justice, Mr. Wright. That is, if you have the balls. Heck, what about Biggie, Phoenix Wright? Or did the LAPD get to you, too? Big Papa deserves justice. Or what about Steve Irwin? Somewhere there's a stingray that got away with murder. Find him, Phoenix Wright. Find him, or get out of my DS. There are only 4 cases for Phoenix to make millions while keeping his clients on retainer, and sadly, this is a linear trek through the court systems. That's the biggest problem we have with this trial of the century. Phoenix Wright Justice for All won't be for everybody. It's no hack and slash party game, there's no voice work to speak of, but it's a good read. And what's wrong with that for a change? Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All gets 4 Cochrans out of 5.
If I were a lawyer, I don't think I'd be a defense attorney like Phoenix Wright. I would be a lawyer like they had on Ally McBeal. You know, vain and shallow and never actually practiced law.
I would be one of those high-priced media whore defense attorneys who are on Larry King all the time and always getting celebrities out of DUIs.
It's an interesting line of work. It doesn't seem to require a knowledge of the law so much as the ability to spout complete crap without laughing at yourself.
No, I'm sorry.
What?
I think I've been so stupid. I would be a sassy lawyer like Star Jones. It's all about the crap spouting of Dershowitz for the additional cash of Payless shoe endorsements.
Coming up, you could star in Dreamgirls on X-Play.
I was like, yeah, but you need to be, yeah.
The rightful Shah of Iran, it's Morgan Webb.
Welcome back to X-Play. So American Idol is that rare television show that brings America together to mock the career ambitions of teenagers. It's great. But when I watch the show, I watch it for one reason. I watch it to try and figure out what pills exactly Paula is on and what I would have to say to my physician to put me on similar pills, because you're not really a Hollywood player until you've got a bottle of lorazepam rolling around in your glove compartment. But if you'd like to hone your musical skills in hopes of becoming a drug-addled star yourself, why not consider American Idol? Unless you've been living under a rock for the last 6 years, you're familiar with the phenomenon of American Idol. It's the show for everyone, whether you're a gay man or a gay man. Well, now you can play along thanks to Karaoke Revolution Presents American Idol for the PS2. Forget about the crappy cash-in from 2003. This version lets you use a USB microphone to actually sing along with the game. You can hear your own voice pumped through the tinny speakers of your television set.
Keep us together.
Simon and Randy are on hand to provide predictable commentary.
That was like, yeah, but you need to be yeah.
The third judge, however, is nowhere to be found. In this game, she's been replaced by a blonde automaton named Laura.
Not good at all.
You can tell she's not supposed to be Paula Abdul because she's sober. Allegedly. Let's face it, this game is all about communal humiliation. Playing this game in public will make you feel stupider than Brian Dunkelman. In that spirit, we had your favorite X-Play characters try out the game.
Drunk Link from Hyrule Castle. I'll be singing What a Girl Wants by Christina Aguilera. What a girl wants, what a girl needs, whatever makes me happy and sets you free.
I'll never be untrue.
It's not unusual to be loved by anyone.
And I need you now tonight. I need you more than ever.
It's not unusual to have fun with anyone.
I'll take you just the way you are. Suck it.
Smell like I sound. I'm lost in the crowd. And I'm hungry like the wolf.
I'm easy like Sunday morning, yeah.
Stop, time out.
What's the problem?
Dude, singing is not your thing.
So you're serious, I don't get to go on?
It was absolutely horrible.
Yes, that's very funny. You know, I don't remember you saying anything like that during World War II when we were bombing the out of your country.
Evil Paul? I don't even remember that character, and I work on this show. The game's pretty simple. The microphone senses whether your performance is pitch perfect or perfectly awful.
You have absolutely no talent whatsoever.
Soul Patrol!
The sensor is surprisingly accurate, but the repetitive playlist has less variety than the actual show. And how freaking cheap are the background animations? There are only about 3 audience members, and they've been cloned repeatedly. This actually isn't a bad party game, but when you wake up the next day, you're probably gonna regret your purchase.
I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence, man, actually.
Karaoke Revolution Presents American Idol gets a 3 out of 5. Now, where's our montage of What a Girl Wants?
What a girl wants, what a girl needs.
Whatever makes me happy sets me free.
And I'm thanking you for knowing exactly
What happened?
Who does Paula Abdul think she is?
Paula, you may not want to play ball with the makers of the American Idol video game, but remember, Idol is all you have.
If you manage to screw this up, you'll go the way of Dunkelman so fast you'll be looking up to DJ Scat Cat's career.
Paula, you had sex with Arsenio Hall. Don't pretend you're a real celebrity.
Up next, Hotel Dusk, room 215 on X-Play. It's that one Salon.com columnist who never writes anything, Adam Sessler.
Hello and welcome back to X-Play. Apparently, we've got a lot of narrative adventure action going on these days. Or it could just be that we've hit the post-launch, post-Christmas malaise with letting out the less than dynamic titles. But some of these smaller, less shooting people-centric games can be really interesting, like Hotel Dusk, room 215.
The DS is a perfect place for a point-and-click adventure. Following in the footsteps of Trace Memory comes the game Hotel Dusk, Room 215. Combining graphic novels with a puzzle adventure and wrapping it all up in film noir settings makes Hotel Dusk a good title. You'll play Kyle Hyde, a one-time cop with some skeletons in the closet. He was involved in an incident that led to his partner's disappearance and has become obsessed with knowing the truth. Working as a private eye, Kyle finds himself at Hotel Dusk, a hole in the wall with a few skeletons of its own. Although the story of Hotel Dusk can be convoluted, it does pull you in with a wide array of characters. There's the bellhop Kyle busted back when he was a petty pickpocket, and the not-so-bright little girl.
I can't finish the stupid puzzle because it's too hard and stupid.
Are you serious? You can't solve this puzzle? there's like 3 pieces. While it's nice to have a variety of people to speak with, it would be nicer if they didn't rattle on for pages and pages of dialogue, unending conversations with inane banter, while Kyle usually only repeats what the people are saying to him. These writers need an editor stat. Feels like I'm reading a Stephen King novel. Despite the taxing script, the hotel itself has many engaging mysteries. You use the stylus to control Kyle's movements, while the other screen gives you a first-person perspective. You'll want to zoom in and change your angle because you never know when an important clue will pop up. Hotel Dusk is a perfect fit for adventure fans. Its unique animation and puzzle solving will keep most people entertained. But with the length of reading you'll have to do, it might just be better to pick up a good detective book. Hotel Dusk, room 215, gets a 3 out of 5.
Narrative adventures like Hotel Dusk, Phoenix Wright, and Murder on the Orient Express are the spiritual successors of another, even less visually interesting game genre.
Yep, the Infocom text adventures of the 1980s were some of the best written games of all time. And they had to be, because they had no graphics.
It's like reading a choose-your-own-adventure novel, only much more interesting and with command recognition that seemed really impressive in the 80s.
If you never played them because you were still a sperm in 1984, no problem. Check out an abandonware site and look for Zork or Wishbringer.
Or The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, best adaptation of the book.
Xbox お前の母ちゃんよりでかいぞ
In a moment, Tom Clancy presents Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter 2, presented by X-Play. The people's hostess, it's Morgan Webb.
Welcome back to X-Play. No one licenses his name to games like Tom Clancy does. Why? When you consider the number and quality of games he's getting royalties from, you have to ask yourself, how can one man do so much? You know, by do, of course, I mean agree to let others use his name to sell things. But here's our preview of Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter 2. If war is hell, then Advanced War must be even more hell? Tom Clancy's checkbook will be getting yet another bulge this year with Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter 2. The dangerous world of future Mexico is still in need of help from their pesky rebel forces. Fortunately, you'll once again play as super leader Sam Mitchell.
Kill confirmed.
In this round of rebel action, a sizable army is forming on the border, and Mitchell's team must defuse the situation before it becomes lethal.
My team on the bridge is down!
And the best way to defuse a dangerous situation is to kill as many people as you can, in as many ways as your advanced warfare will allow. Amongst all the death are environments that seem to be much more alive this time around. Weather and time effects convey a more lifelike feel, and the AI has been improved as rebel forces will constantly be trying to flank your position. The visuals seem to be improved from the first installment as well, but unless there are vast improvements before its release, Ghost Recon is going to fall behind the high standards set by Gears of War and Resistance. While Gwar 2 isn't a major upgrade from last year's game, it will deliver what made the first game so popular. A mix of tactical action, a riveting single-player campaign, and a good multiplayer element. With the warfare spreading to new outdoor locations to accompany the city levels, you'll have even more fun sniping, airstriking, and decimating this summer camp. Children. We'll find out this spring if Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter 2 will match up to the current action games. From what we've seen so far, Advanced War may be hella fun. Hella fun? Oh, never mind. Just wait for Ghost Recon 2 this spring.
I regret that I have but one X-Play replay to give for my country.
Murder on the Orient Express got a 3 out of 5 because it's got neat visuals, but you don't really get dynamic action from a story with that many Victorian spinsters.
Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All got a 4 out of 5 because it's got good puzzles and it's fun to say objection.
Objection! American Idol got a 3 out of 5 because unlike the previous American Idol game, this one is actually a karaoke game, but the absence of Paula Abdul ruins it for everyone.
Hotel Dusk Room 215 got a 3 out of 5 for clever puzzles with interesting stylish use, but it holds your hand too much through its gameplay.
I'm in a video of your mail mood, you?
Sure.
Sure, okay.
Hi, Evan Morgan. My name's Madison. Look. I wanted to know, do you guys play Alliance, which is better, than Horde, or do you play Horde? And if you do, I'm gonna burn the shirt with me in it. Bye.
Good question, Madison, because World of Warcraft character selection can tell you so much about a person.
Adam and I both have alts on both sides, so don't burn yourself, but my main is an undead warlock because I like being dead and making other things dead, so really it seemed like a logical choice for me.
And I'm a gnome rogue because I'm adorable and regularly crit for $2 grand.
And we've plumb run out of X-Play.
Plum?
Yep.
The